Hello, Noreen. Welcome to our virtual open day today. Karibu sana. We are waiting for a couple of people to join in and then we'll kick off. Can see a couple more people joining in. Maybe what we could do as we wait for others is just to put in on the chat box where from East Africa you're joining from. You could let us know which country and perhaps which city as well. So we have Kenya represented, Kiambu. And especially the Kenyans, I hope you're keeping safe. I know today was protest day, so I hope you're all safe wherever you are and keeping warm as well. We are in the middle of winter. So welcome those who are joining in. Kindly let us know which country. This is an East African virtual open day. Let us know which country, which city you are joining us from. We're happy to have you. All right. Welcome all. We will give folks a minute or so and then we'll kick off. Thank you so much for making it. Thank you so much for keeping time as well. All right, welcome to everyone who's joining us. We are starting at 6 minutes past the hour, just giving a couple of more people some time to join. And as we wait for the others to join in, please let us know which city, which country you're joining us from today. All right. I'm seeing we have Kampala, Uganda. That's great. Good to have you, Daniel. Thank you for letting us know where you are joining from. All right, great. Thank you so much, everybody, for taking the time to join. By way of introduction, my name is Lydia Karingithi, and I lead the operations for Nexford University in Kenya and East Africa as well. And it is an absolute pleasure to welcome you all to this exciting webinar, which is the East Africa Virtual Open Day. So this webinar is really the first of many opportunities where we showcase the breadth of Nexford's offerings and the benefits of learning with us. So whether you're interested in earning a bachelor's or master's degree or upskilling through one of our short professional development courses, we're here to help you unlock your potential. So we'll now dive in and explore how Nexford can support your educational and professional aspirations. But just before we do, I'd like to share a very interesting statistic that I found from IFC on a recent study they did on online learning. And what the study said, the statistic is that online higher education market is projected to grow significantly with an annual growth rate of 10% from 2024 to 2029. So this growth ideally is driven by an increasing demand for flexible learning options among working adults who need to be able to balance their studies with professional and personal responsibilities. And this is where Nexford comes in, and we're really happy to have you on the call today. And we are hoping that we'll be able to address your questions and anything that you'd love to know about Nexford, just to really support you in your journey. Fantastic. So Janine, we could please share the slides now.
Are you able to see my screen?
It's coming up. Yes, it's come up now.
Fantastic.
All right, so we can move to next. Great. So who is Nexford University? So we are a US accredited university with learners from 110 plus countries who are looking to build in-demand skills 100% online while earning globally accredited credentials. And what we have done is we have torn down the walls of a traditional university and built a whole new modern university, modern learning experience, 100% online. So we leverage technology to deliver learning, and we deliver world-class education at a fraction of the cost of traditional universities. All Nexford programs are future-focused and competency-based, and what this means is that they empower you to build practical skills that you will use to get ahead in your career. We do not have any fixed class times. In fact, we have a running joke where we say you have 12 opportunities in a year to actually enroll for the program, and also you can flex your learning to fit your schedule. Our tuition fees are charged on a monthly basis, and therefore the faster you graduate, the more money you save. And so something else I'd like to just touch on this slide is our personalized support, which is something I love about how we learn our programs. We understand that it's a shift, ideally coming in from a space where you are used to either in-person learning or hybrid learning to a fully online or virtual environment. And so, we have success advisors that every learner has access to, and these success advisors are meant to set you up for success. So they're the ones who will guide you in case you're having any challenges with the most basic things, like, for example, balancing your work, your life, and your studies, or say you are trying to navigate the learning platform, or you have a question regarding your courses. You have success advisors who are ready to support you 24/7 and address any queries you might have. At Nexford, we also say that online doesn't mean alone, and I know Janine will talk about that later. There is a community of peers. There is access to faculty that you can reach out to if you would like support in your academic journey. And so all we are saying is, yes, we use technology to deliver learning, but you are not going through this journey alone. All right, so we can move on to the next, and I will now speak to our programs. So we currently have 4 master's programs, and it's important to mention that all our programs are driven by demand. So what Nexford has done is we spend a lot of time doing market research. We also leverage data to really understand what are the skills that employers are looking for when they're hiring, what are the skills that are needed for the future of work, basically where is the workforce of the future going, and then we work backwards to create programs that will then solve or address those particular gaps. And so our programs portfolio is constantly growing, it's constantly evolving, just to really also mirror the future of the workforce, the future of the skills that are needed. And so as you can see, our 4 master's programs are: 1, the MBA, which is a Master of Business Administration. So you can take this as a standalone program, or you can take this with the 6 specializations that are listed here. So there is artificial intelligence, sustainability, international business, cybersecurity, e-commerce, fintech, and blockchain. And as you can see, these are not your standard specializations. They are really focused on the skills that are needed for the future of work. So this is an option that you can select if you'd want to have what we call in East Africa a double major, right? And just to highlight, our master's programs, as you can see, all take a duration of 18 months. But again, remember, with online learning, you're able to flex your learning around your schedule. And so if you are maintaining the required GPA for every program, then you can accelerate your learning path. There are prerequisites, and of course, if you'd want to choose an accelerated learning path, a success advisor would be able to guide you on how to go about that. Then secondly, we have the Master of Science in Digital Transformation, and I'm glad to have Stephen, one of our learners here today, who is taking on that program. So basically, this is meant for IT leaders, anyone who's keen on understanding how technology is really interconnected in our business in all that we do. And that also takes a standard completion time of 18 months. But again, you can complete early if you have more bandwidth. And of course, you're meeting the prerequisites to fast track. Then we have a Master of Science in Data Analytics, and we have a Master of Science in Entrepreneurship. So these are the 4 master's programs that we have at Nexford University. Then we have one undergraduate program, and that's a Bachelor of Business Administration, which is the BBA, and the standard completion time is 48 months. You can take the BBA as a standalone program, or you can take it with the specializations that are listed here. So this is finance, people operations, entrepreneurship, business analytics, artificial intelligence, and digital marketing. So this is an option. And when you are taking a specialization, what that means is once you finish the core courses for your program, then you will take additional 3 courses that will allow you to specialize. So again, the time that is listed here is 48 months, which is a standard time. But then remember, because you flex your learning around your schedule, you can be able to complete faster, you can be able to graduate faster and save more money if you do have the bandwidth, if you do have the time. Also, one thing I'd like to mention before I go to our Associate of Applied Science and Business is the fact that we cap our tuition fee at the standard completion time for every program. So for instance, you are doing the master's program, it means we cap our tuition fee at 18 months. If you're doing the Bachelor of Business Administration, we cap our tuition fee at the 48th month mark. So basically what this means, if say maybe your schedule did not allow you to complete within that time, you have a maximum duration of 9 months after the standard time to complete your program, but you will not pay extra tuition for that. So that is something to also note. Then we have now our Associate of Applied Science and Business, the AAS. I think for us in East Africa, this is sort of like what we refer to as a diploma. And so this takes an standard completion time of 24 months. And what's important to mention is if you're looking for skills that will allow you to either solve a particular business need in the workforce, or you need skills ideally to help you focus on something at work, and maybe you don't have the time that it would take to do a Bachelor of Business Administration. If you start with the Associate of Applied Science and Business, that is a total of 20 courses, which is ideally the halfway mark for the Bachelor of Business Administration. So what it basically means is you can do your AAS, get your AAS certificate, and if a couple of months, years down the line, you'd want to take your bachelor's, you will then, get credit transfers, and you will just come and complete the courses that are missing, which is about 20, I believe, for you to actually be able to get your BBA. So it's really more like a diploma and a stepping stone to the Bachelor of Business Administration. So next we'll speak about our certificates and our short courses. So if you're not keen on the longer programs, but you are looking to either master a specific skill to run your business better, to solve a problem, or you just want to stay ahead of the curve, then we do have options for you as well. So we have our graduate and undergraduate courses, and these ones take a duration of 8 weeks maximum. And one thing to mention is we have a stackable model where if you take a graduate and undergraduate course that is part of the undergraduate or one of the graduate programs. If you do come back to complete your longer programs, you will get credit transfers. And what that means that you will be able to complete your studies faster, and you will also be able to save some money. So we have an array or a portfolio of over 100 courses for you to take. Really, when you think about requiring digital skills for your career, we do have a course for that, because Nexford courses are really at the intersection of where business meets technology, and they are workplace aligned and workplace designed. So if then you are not looking at either the graduate or undergraduate courses, we also have 2 certificates, undergraduate certificates that you can take. So we have a career pathway in professional sales and one in operations management. So these ones take an average duration or completion time of 10 months. But then again, remember, your schedule is what will really determine, and of course, your grades, the other prerequisites, how quickly you can finish. But the average completion time for the certificates, the undergraduate certificate, is 10 months. All right, so I think with that in mind, now that we have a sense of the Nexford programs that we run, I'd like to inform you of a special offer that we have, a scholarship in the month of June. So for this particular month, we are offering 50% off the first month and then 25% off month 2 until the completion of your program. So this is applicable for the undergraduate program, which is the BBA, and also the Associate of Applied Science in Business, and the 3 master's programs. So this is the MBA, this is the Master of Science in Digital Transformation, and the Master of Science in Data Analytics. If anyone is interested in the Master of Science in Entrepreneurship, please feel free to reach out to help at Nexford, and they will be able to let you know what scholarships are available for that particular program. And also, depending on the region you're in, please also reach out to help at Nexford, and we'll also be able to guide you on the tuition prices and how your tuition fee will look like if you do decide to enroll and take on the special offer that we have for the month of June. So just to mention as well, for you to be eligible for the scholarship, you need to enroll by the 28th of this month. So we have 3 days before the close of the enrollment deadline. And this is if you would like to start your programs at the first of the month. So for you to enroll and begin your classes, it's always good to remember you need to enroll by the 28th of the previous month, and you can start your courses on the 1st. However, if you would like to have a future start date, you can enroll. And enrollment here means you make an application, you pay your first month's tuition, and then you can select a future start date, and you have a window of up until 3 months where you can defer your start date. All right, so I think that's it on my end. I will now move on to the admission requirements, and I will invite my teammate Therese to take us through this.
All right, thank you for that, Lydia. So again, hi everyone. My name is Therese, and I'm the admission team lead here at Nexford. And today I'll be discussing our admission requirements. So as you can see here, there are 4 major requirements that you'll have to submit apart from paying the application fee. So these are the following: a digital copy of your government issued ID, a passport style photo, your proof of graduation or completion, and proof of English language proficiency. Now, for the government issued ID, this must have the following: your full name, date of birth, as well as your photo. Some of the IDs that we accept are your passport, voter's card, driver's license, and national ID. Take note that if your ID has an expiry date, it must be valid upon submission. Second is your passport style photo or your headshot. This must be clear and professional looking, as we will be verifying your photo to the one on your government issued ID as part of our identity verification process. Next up is your proof of graduation or completion. Now, this depends on the program level you are applying for. So at the undergraduate level, this pertains to our undergraduate courses, certificates, and degree programs such as the AAS and BBA. Now, the minimum requirement for this level is your high school credential. Now, for East African countries, I think all or most of them have national examinations. So what we require is your national examination certificate or result slip. Now, just to give you an idea of what we're looking for example, for Kenya, what we need is your KCSE or Kenya Certificate of Secondary Education. And I see that we also have attendees from Uganda. What we require is both your UCE and UACE, which is the Uganda Certificate and Advanced Certificate of Education. Now, each of these national examinations have specific minimum requirements, so we will have to check whether you meet those requirements. Now, if you meet the minimum requirement for the program you're applying for, then you can be accepted to any of our undergraduate degree programs. All right. Now, some may have also taken the IGCSE due to taking an international curriculum, or you may have completed the GED test instead. So if you took the IGCSE, which is the International General Certificate of Secondary Education, the minimum requirement is at least a grade of C in 5 subjects, including math and English. On the other hand, for the GED, or the General Education Development Test, the requirement is a total score of 145 in all 4 content modules. Now, apart from these national examinations, some may have taken post-secondary studies, such as earning a diploma. Now, if you hold a diploma from an accredited institution, you may also use this for your application. And if you wish to apply for transfer credit, you may do so. You may submit your transcripts for us to assess which courses will be transferring to our undergraduate degree programs, such as the Associate of Applied Science in Business and Bachelor of Business Administration programs. So if you hold a diploma, feel free to contact our registrar's office, and they'll be more than happy to review your official transcripts or your transcripts. All right. Now, for the graduate level, this of course pertains to our graduate level certificates and degree programs. The minimum requirement is at least a bachelor's degree or equivalent credential. So what we need is your degree certificate or transcript, or if you hold a higher credential, such as a postgraduate diploma or a master's degree, then that will also suffice. Lastly, we have the proof of English language proficiency. This is required for those who are not native English speakers or their previous education was not in English. However, for some countries in East Africa, we're actually able to waive this requirement. This is because we use various electronic databases that allows us to verify the language of instruction of most institutions across the globe, as well as the language used at specific education levels for various countries. So for example, we're able to verify that the language of instruction in Kenya is English, so we normally waive this requirement for Kenyan applicants. However, if the admissions team is unable to confirm the language of instruction of your previous institution or in your country, then you may be required to submit this requirement or this document either by um, taking an English proficiency test or requesting a letter from your previous institution attesting that the medium of instruction during your studies is English. And apart from these documents, as I mentioned earlier, you'll have to pay a $25 application fee. Now, moving forward, we also have program-specific requirements for our master's degrees. So for example, for the MBA program, what we require is a business-related degree. For the MSDA, the requirement is a business-related degree with a statistics course. For the MSDT, we require a business or IT-related degree. And for the MSE, there is no program-specific requirement. Now, applicants who do not meet the program-specific requirements must pass a foundation course or foundation courses with a grade of C or better. So just to give you an example, so if you do not hold a business-related degree, you'll have to take one foundation course, which is Business Fundamentals. For For the MSDA, or Master of Science in Data Analytics, there are 2 foundation courses, and we can actually waive one depending on the scenario. So for example, if you hold a business-related degree, but you did not take a statistics course, or you cannot provide any transcript confirming that you took a statistics course, then we can waive business fundamentals. However, you will have to take the statistics foundation course. On the other hand, if you hold a statistics degree or you completed a statistics course, but you did not hold a business related degree, then we can waive statistics and you'll only have to complete one foundation course, which is business fundamentals, before you transition to the core MSDA program. Lastly, for the MSDT program, if you do not hold an IT or business related degree, you'll have to take one course, which is Foundations in Digital Transformation. Now, those are all our admission requirements. If you have any questions regarding admissions, feel free to contact us at admissions@nexford.edu, and we will be more than happy to answer any of your questions or clarifications. Apart from that, once you submit your application, we also have our dedicated application specialists that will be guiding you through your application journey up until you're enrolled. And that's all on my end. I'll now be giving it over to Janine for the virtual tour.
Thank you, Therese. Good afternoon, everyone. Thank you again so much for joining us today. My name is Janine, and I'm Senior Application Specialist at Nexford, and I'm really excited to show you what our learning platform looks like. So our learning platform is called Canvas. It's our learner management system. So you'll get access to Canvas from the first day that you are enrolled within Nexford. So you do have the option to enroll this month and start your program up to 3 months from now, but you will get immediate access to Canvas. So I've opened the dashboard, and this is where all your courses will be displayed. So it really depends on the program that you choose to study. So this is a dummy account. So the courses will differ to the program that you study. So courses open on the 1st of every month and will be available on your dashboard. But from when you start, let's say you enroll this month, but you're only starting and the 1st of August, you'll be able to see your orientation course and the writing lab course. These 2 courses will always be on your dashboard. So the orientation course is there to familiarize yourself with our learning platform, Canvas. So I've opened our orientation course here. This will only take about an hour and a half to complete, and we do require every learner to complete the orientation course before you start your program. And this is just to familiarize yourself with the platform, how you can reach out to your peer mentors, your lecturers, and our learner success team. So when you open the course, it's just the introduction. I'm going to go over to the modules just to show you what the modules looks like. So it consists of 4 modules. And like I said, you can go through this in an hour and a half. Now, I'm going to open the first module just to quickly take you through this. So it's just the introduction to Nexford University, a short video from our founder and CEO, Fadil Altazi. I'm not going to play the video right now, but you can see all videos also does come with a downloadable transcript. So why it is important to join or to complete your orientation course is there's loads and loads of information, how you can connect with other learners and why it's important. So a lot of learners ask me before they start with Nexford, am I going to be alone on this journey? That's one of the main concerns that we do have. And the answer is no, you are not going to be alone. There is multiple ways to connect with other learners, not just from your specific country or the program that you study, but also from all over the world. So first I want to talk about our WhatsApp study groups. So we do have WhatsApp learner study groups. And what's great about this is you can either join learners that start in the same cohort as you, learners that are studying the same program as you, or even learners within your community that you can meet up with. So we do have a list of WhatsApp groups listed on our website. And if there's not a WhatsApp group that suits your needs, you are welcome to create your own group, share it with our learner success team, and we will also add it to the website so other learners can see your group and join your WhatsApp group. So it's also why join study groups is you'll learn new skills, discover your peers' best practices. You'll be able to fill learning gaps, validate your learning and subject matter, gain new perspectives from a global community. So it's really, we do encourage learners to make use of this. Next, it's just peer mentoring and how can I book a session with my peer mentor? So there is already built in links into the page itself. You can merely come back to your orientation course, click on the link and book a meeting. You can also reach out to our learner success team. So that's quite a term that you're going to hear quite a lot. The learner success team is there to assist you during your program. So that's apart from your lecturers, you also have a learner success team. So whether you need perhaps an extension on your assignment, or you need to take a leave of absence, or you perhaps had a problem submitting your assignment, you can always reach out to your learner success team, and they are there to guide you throughout your journey with Nexford. So there is 24 assistance from not just our lecturers and peer mentors, but from our learner success team as well. So the next page is just going to show you how to introduce yourself to the community, what brought you to Nexford University. You can set up your own profile. Other learners can also view your profile. Next up, I want to show you our first course. So I opened our business analytics course. Oh my goodness, just give me 1 second. Oh, sorry, I'm at the wrong page. There we go. So our business analytics course. So when you open your course, it will open to a home page, which just gives you a brief summary of what this module is about, or what this course is about, the course competencies, and your year and to help information, how to contact your professor. I'm going to show you the syllabus. The syllabus basically gives you the outline of the course, the duration of the course, how many course credits you will receive, faculty information, a course description, your course competencies, instructional resources and materials, deliverables, and the course schedule, as well as the module schedule. So this is just a guideline, what you would need to complete within the first 10 days from day 11 to 17, day 18 to 24. So this is just a guideline. We have mentioned before that you are able to finish your program sooner. And so you will be able to finish your program sooner and take 2 courses at the same time. However, we do have certain requirements for the specific degree. So you will start with taking 1 course every 2 months for the first 5 courses, and then you will be able to add courses to your schedule if you maintain a high GPA. So then also the course outline, full details, your foundation in business analytics, day 7 of the term, day 10 of the term. Also your evaluation, such as your grading weights, grading scales, and policies such as late work, participation, and course completion requirements. Quickly going to dive into the modules. So each course consists of a course introduction, 6 modules, and a final assignment. I just want to scroll down just to give you an idea of what to expect per course. And a lot of learners also ask me before they start, do we write exams? So in short, no, you don't write exams at Nexford University, but you do have your final projects. So we can click on final project details. So that's your final project, the explanation. But however, while we say you don't write exams, we do have proctored exams. I'm going to highlight the Rosalind button here, the Rosalind button. So we do have proctored exams that you will take in the beginning, middle, and end of your program. And this is just to ensure you are the person that is indeed taking the program that you are studying. So that's the only exam you will take. But apart from that, we don't have exams. We just have final projects. Now, you'll also be able to view your assignments in the courses section. You'll be able to view all your upcoming assignments along with their due dates. and due times. And what I also would like to add is that yes, Africa part of deadlines is Eastern Standard Time. So not to get confused with thinking, for instance, this July 7 at 12 p.m., just remember it's Eastern Standard Time. So you'll be able to view all your assignments as well as your final project. You can also see your grades. So as soon as you've submitted your assignments and they have been marked, you will receive a notification and you'll be able to view your assignments here and view all the marks that you've received for your different modules. And then at the end, if you're done with your course, you'll be able to see your final grade at the bottom here. So next, I want to speak about some resources that we've added. So I want to speak about the writing lab. As you can remember, the writing lab was also on your dashboard. So not all of us are natural born writers. And also, especially if you just came out of high school, started your bachelor's degree and not that familiarized with referencing, we have the writing lab there to assist you with all your learning. Next, we use the APA referencing style guide, and you'll really be able to find everything. Yeah, how to do your in-text citation, how to reference your reference list style, generative AI citations, paper formatting, multimedia formatting, how to format your presentation, how to avoid plagiarism, and also how to use AI to assist you with your projects as well as your citations and referencing. So everything is already built in here. There's endless resources and it will always be available on your dashboard. So you'll be able to go through and really ensure that you reference and cite your work correctly. So apart from that, we also have the NXU library that's already built into Canvas. It does lock me out every time. So your library, you'll see in the left-hand pane, in this yellow pane, you'll see the library. I'm highlighting it now over there. So you can just click on that and you've got a whole bunch of resources at your fingertips. So it's really fantastic. I just want to show you how many resources there actually are. Because finding resources, I know it's a big task. And sometimes you go through tons and tons of resources, but here we've built in a whole library in Canvas for you. We also have other resources, outside resources. So on the left here, you can see all other resources that's linked to what you can see here. So there's really so many resources that you can use for your final assignments or for research purposes, and it's all packed in one place. Next, I want to speak about our calendar. So our calendar is also on the left-hand pane, but I've already opened it here. So the calendar is really fun to use. It is color-coded to all your courses on your dashboard. So all the courses here are color-coded towards the courses in my calendar. You can add events, you can add study groups, you can add reminders, you can set reminders for yourself. If you know your assignment is due by the end of next week, you can set reminders for yourself when your assignments are due. You can also, like I mentioned, arrange study groups from here and add other learners to your event and even add more information like little study notes into your calendar. Lastly, what I also want to mention about calendars is I do know some of our lecturers, such as Dr. Bill, does host live lectures once a month. So it's not compulsory to join a live lecture, but there will be a recording will be made available to you, but that will also be displayed on your calendar. Next up, just below the calendar, I want to speak about our inbox. So when you start with Nexford, you do get access to Microsoft 365, and you also get your own personalized Nexford email address. And this is your inbox within Canvas. You'll be able to receive emails in here, notifications from your professors, but also if you need to speak to a professor or perhaps your success team or one of the learners in the same program as you, you can just compose a message. You can choose the course. All your courses will be displayed here. So let's say I want to speak to success team or my professor from Roadmap to Success. So you'll see there's an address book. I've mentioned before, this is a dummy account, so it only drops down to students, but I do know there is a drop down for lecturers as well. So then you can select lecturers. Let's pretend that's lecturers. select the lecture you want to speak to, and send your email. And that's how easy it is to use your inbox. So, okay, last part I want to talk about is more additional resources that we have. You'll see in the left-hand pane here as well, which I'm highlighting right now, is our LinkedIn Learning is the LinkedIn Learning tab. So not only do you get access to Microsoft 365, but you also get free access to LinkedIn Learning. So why is this great? Let's say you're studying an MBA in artificial intelligence, but you would like to maybe learn more about marketing. You're maybe thinking about opening your business, and you would like to learn more about digital marketing or marketing, for instance, and just upskill, or maybe upskill if you're looking to go into a career change, but you don't have any, let's say, qualifications in that area yet. You can go to LinkedIn Learning and upskill. So I'm just going to show you how many courses are available, and it's from intermediate, beginner to advanced. And a lot of these courses also come with a certificate. So you do get a certificate with some of these courses, and you can also add that to your resume and basically add this to your LinkedIn profile, your resume, and upskill apart from just what we are teaching at Nexford. I think that is all from me today. Thank you. So next up is our Q&A with on NXU learners.
All right, thank you. Thank you so much, Janine, and thank you so much, Sharice, as well, for taking us through the admission requirements. So because of time, I'll introduce both Linnet and Stephen, and we'll have our Q&A, but also for the attendees, please feel free to put any questions you have on the Q&A box at the bottom of your screen, and that will allow our team to be able to respond to you with any queries you might have. But as you said, you can also write an email to help@nexford.edu. But because we do have the team here, please feel free to ask any questions that you might have. All right, fantastic. So I'd like us to introduce you to our learners who are here with us today. So I'll start with Linnet Khisa. She is a senior agricultural product associate and sustainability advocate, currently pursuing an MBA with a specialization in sustainability at Nexford University. Linnet is passionate about driving socioeconomic impact across Africa by empowering rural communities through agricultural technologies. She has experience in human-centered research and stakeholder engagement, and her work in advancing sustainable agriculture, food security, and climate resilience has impacted over 500,000 farmers. So welcome, Linnet. It's really a pleasure to have you here with us today. Then we also have Stephen Kahuria. He's a cloud solutions provider and an MCT Microsoft certified trainer, service lead at Trader Distribution. And he supports clients across East and Southern Africa in deploying and optimizing Microsoft cloud solutions like Azure, Microsoft 365, and Teams. Stephen has over 5 years of IT experience and certifications in Oracle, Cloud, and Google Developer Programs. Stephen recently graduated with a Master of Science in Digital Transformation at Nexford University, combining technical expertise with a forward-thinking approach to digital innovation. So apologies, Stephen, you are not a learner but a graduate, so congratulations on your graduation. All right, great. So Linnet, I will start with you, and we'd love to hear from you today as to why you elected to do an MBA from Nexford University. I don't know whether Linnet can hear. Linnet, can you hear me? All right, so maybe Stephen, as Linnet is adjusting her sound, as a recent graduate, kindly let us know, because I know. Oh, sorry. Oh, you can hear me now?
Yes.
All right.
There seems to be a lag, but can you hear me?
Yes, there's a bit of a lag, but we can hear you now.
Can you hear me now? Yes.
Yes, we can. I can hear you now. There was a bit of a lag, but I think we have you back now. So once
Hi.
again, Linnet, yes, it's great to have you. Thank you for joining the conversation today with our potential learners from East Africa. And so my first question is, learning is an investment. So I know you took the time to research and find the right institution for your MBA. So kindly, if you could share with us today why you elected to do an MBA at Nexford University.
Thank you. So I hope you can still hear me. I can see my network is fluctuating, but hopefully it will settle. So your question is why I chose Nexford University, if I got you right?
Yes, yes,
Yes.
yes.
So I will say one word and repeat it: flexibility, flexibility, flexibility. That was what I was looking for as a mom of 3 children, very working for a startup, which is very demanding, and working with farmers, which means I am in the field 90% of the time. I was looking for a university that could be able to give me that flexibility. So I look at flexibility both in the professional as well as the personal. So from the personal, um, I'll give an example of flexibility in terms of start date. Just in Kenya here, we normally have specific start dates for university enrollment. You would enroll twice a year. If you miss the window, that's it, you know. But Nextford is able to say every month you can start. So that for me was wow, you know. If I've not decided this month, I can still decide next month and get to start. That for me was the first flexibility that made me very impressed. Secondly, flexibility in terms of learning, right? It is self-paced, but what I love about the self-pacedness is it's not just self-paced in a way that's not directed and structured. You have weekly targets that you are supposed to meet. You're supposed to be able to finish your specific assignment or modules per week. That's a very good, personally for me, that keeps me accountable to make sure that I am moving at the pace that I should move at. When they say self-paced, sometimes when it's open like that, you can find yourself doing something for years and not finishing. So I think the self-pacing that is structured for me is very good because it makes me know that every Saturday I have to have a handed in this assignment, and by midweek I have to have handed in another assignment. So it makes me structured, and the fact that it's still structured and self-paced is a good combination. And the last one is on a personal note. Now, Nextford is able to give you some time away if you need it. And at the time, for example, I was pregnant with my last born baby, and I needed 3 months to be able to, you know, like maternity leave here in Kenya. And I was able to talk to my supervisor, the success team, and they were able to guide me on how I can request for 3 months off. And I was able to do that and come back and be able to concentrate with my studies. So for me, flexibility, those are the 3 things I can mention that really stood out. And finally, also because of the global outlook that Nextford is able to give. I was looking for an international university, but also I was looking for specifically sustainability as a course, right? Having a background in agriculture, sustainability is key with climate change and everything that's happening in the agriculture space. So finding that in Kenya, I couldn't find a university that's offering sustainability while giving me an online option. So next for the over to you, Lydia.
Great. Thank you. Thank you, Lynette, for sharing your experience, and congratulations on your baby. Women are superstars. I'm glad, we're able to help you navigate and juggle all that you needed to do, really just flexing your personal life and your learning as well. So thank you for that. So now, Stephen, over to you as a recent graduate. Could you please let us know how you found the Nexford learning experience and what aspects of it did you like the most?
Thank you, Lydia. Let me say it is a good experience having to take my courses online. Also being also taking some roles. I just landed some roles at Nexford, which I thought are very exciting for me, good experiences. But most importantly is a global reach, just like Lydia has mentioned. And also based the fact that I do have an undergraduate bachelor's degree from an American university. So I thought this is going to be a continuation. I didn't want to break the culture, coming from an American university and joining a local. Not that a local university doesn't offer the same, maybe the same flexibility, but I found it very flexible to join Red Dot. Sorry, to join Nexford University because of the time. Very flexible. You can you create your own hours. Of course, you do have deadlines that you have to meet, and also given the fact that let me say I was at the right place at the right time when it comes to technology. I do help customers, digitize and for example, automate processes in the environment. I looked at the courses being offered at Nexford, and that was really, I would say, it was just a perfect match. Cybersecurity, automation, product management, which I do some of the time at my employer. So I think it's been a very exciting journey at Nexford, and it's let me say it's second to none. It's been an awesome journey. Thank you.
All right. Thank you, Stephen, and good to hear that. And once again, congratulations as well.
Thank you.
So another question before I move to Lillian as well. So we spoke earlier when Janine was speaking about the Nexford community. And so we have a community of faculty, peers, fellow learners. So how instrumental was this community in your learning?
Oh, it was, let me say it was very, very instrumental. I could reach out to my peers. Of course, you find yourself with of course, interacting with students from different countries. Of course, I had some Kenyan students taking a similar program. So you discuss and, it's important that you join these groups, especially the WhatsApp and community groups that have been mentioned earlier on. So you get to exchange ideas, because I found myself interacting with students who are in different fields but doing the same program. Also being able to reach out to my instructors at specific times. Of course, instructors do have a schedule, so having to reach out to them. And actually, this was very instrumental in, of course, in my work as well, in my coursework, because once you submit an assignment, you have the opportunity to go through your assignment. Of course, look at the comments that you have from your instructors, and it's a good way to reach out to those instructors for you to be able to, of course, improve on your next assignment. There's a peer mentoring. There's a peer mentoring program, which was very good as well. I found myself being a mentor. Thank you very much, Nexford. So it's a very good way of interacting with students and basically sharing the challenges and also the good things about the institution as well, and also how to move forward after you finish your course. Thanks.
Yeah. All right, great. Thank you for that. And over to you, Lynette. So you mentioned that you are really keen on finding a program at school that would, offer you a graduate program that had sustainability, and just, hearing about the work that you do, creating or driving socioeconomic impact through agri-tech with farmers. I'd love to hear from you how you have been able to apply your MBA even as you continue to study at your workplace.
Thank you. Confirming you can hear me, Lydia?
Loud and clear.
Wonderful. So I'm specializing in sustainability, and just as it's been mentioned before, because my background was as a scientist, was in agricultural engineering, I had to take foundational courses in business. So I always used to want to escape business, but I had no choice. Finance and all those other courses, but I would say Nexford has made it a very wonderful process. The modules are there, they give you examples, and for me, the courses have been very practical to really teach you how to do and what to understand, even if you don't have a background specifically in a specific, masters that you're picking. So how has Nexford helped me in my career? Growing in my career has required me to be able to have conversations with our founder and our director. And previously, honestly, I used to be a very technical, person. And sometimes when you're answering these people, communication has been a key changer for me. So the communication courses, the leadership courses, the strategy courses, those were my best courses. I thoroughly enjoyed them and performed well in them, thankfully. And because of that, it's been able to shape my way of communication to the C-suite, in my organization, enabling me to grow up in the ranks. So honestly, that has been the first game changer that I saw. Being able to translate that to how I communicate. communicating to somebody who really doesn't care about the details, but just wants to know the high level, top things. So communication has been a key one, leadership and strategy. Those three things have really enabled me to grow. Yes.
All right, fantastic. Thank you so much for that. So before I, ask you to just, give any advice you might have to any of our potential learners today, I'd like to ask, and then of course, Stephen will also answer as well. If you could share, any experiences, in your career, or even just in your life where Nexford's global approach to education has helped to broaden your perspective.
Oh yes. Let me just start with the background. Because companies, when we I mean move from to the new century 2000s, companies were, there was this thing, how digital is your business? Most companies are moving to, I need a website, but now things have changed. So yes, you have a website, you have a platform, but how is it helping you, of course, serve your customers better? So when it comes to Nexford, of course, the digital transformation program, things have really evolved in the last, let me say the last 5 years, because I've seen more of customers wanting to do more with the applications they have. For example, there's a trend out there. It's not about just getting a license off the shelf, licenses or software. It's more of having this application work well in your environment. Of course, automation is there, but is it going to be an advantage or a disadvantage to your customers, because you're looking at serving your customers better, faster, and being more efficient, and also of course, cutting costs. I mean, every company wants to cut costs, in terms of efficiency. So how efficient is your business? So I would say, look at this program. I think, like I mentioned earlier, I was right place at the right time. It was a perfect match what I'm doing in my day-to-day work experience. I help customers digitize. I do advise customers on how to, of course, monetize on exactly what applications they have in the environment, and also maximize 100%, because they spend X amount of dollars on software, but sometimes you find customers spending just maybe, or taking advantage of maybe 5% of what they've spent on such software. So let me say it's been a very good experience. I've been able to polish my communication skills. I do a lot of presentations on behalf of a vendor and also on behalf of my employer. I'm also a Microsoft certified trainer. So it has really helped me a lot sharpen these skills. And also, like I mentioned earlier on, being opportunity to join the mentorship program, being a mentor. It's been an eye opener, having to interact with fellow students, prospective students, and of course, pointing them in the right direction. We do have various experience, different backgrounds, so it's been a very heartwarming and awesome experience.
Yeah, great. Thank you, Stephen. So maybe just to close the loop before I now go to Lynette, is any advice you'd have for any learner who's considering to join Nextford that is on the call today?
Yes, this is the right time. I'm sure I feel like maybe this online courses are a little bit intimidating. I was scared as well when I started. I had no experience having to join an online session. I would say I have developed some online courses, but I've never had to be on the other side, receiving this this information. So at first it might be intimidating. It's an American university, very strict on content, especially writing. However, you get all the guidance you need in terms of writing. Just as I was about to finish my program, there was next one did introduce some tools that are used by the instructors and professors. So these tools will help you sharpen your writing skills and also make sure let me just say, once you finish, you'll be an expert in writing, in terms of coming up with your own content, being able to reference and cite other people's work. So just tell you, this is the right time to join, or right time to get involved. Just leverage on your current situation, or maybe your current employer. I mean, just look around where you are. You could be employed, you could be running your own business. Just leverage on where you are, and I'm sure you can get 100%. Nextford is offering a good a good offer at the moment. Like you said, there's a big discount. Also, they're very flexible on payments, monthly payments. So I would say this is the right time to get on board, because technology is waiting for no one. I mean, things are changing every day. Thank you.
Yeah. Thank you. Thank you, Stephen, and all the very best. And thank you for
Thank
being
you.
a mentor as well. Yeah.
Thank you.
So, Lynette, just before we also wrap up and you give your parting shot to potential learners, I'd also want to hear your perspective on the same question that I asked Stephen, because you're in different fields, doing different kind of work, but again, just going through the same sort of like system. So again, just share with us the experience, where again, Nexford's global approach education has helped to broaden your perspective, and then you can wrap it up with any advice you have, then we could close off the session today.
All right, thank you. So on your question of how Nexford has given global perspective, I think the curriculum, I'll just start with the curriculum in itself. Having done, my background is in agricultural engineering, and I remember in our schools, let me say here in Kenya, the examples were being given were from 1983. This is what happened, and you wonder, really, how about now, right? And we had to wait to go to the fields to realize, oh, okay, so an irrigation system now, this is kind of like what to change. So it is very now, the examples and the case studies that I see in my assignments, I see in my assignment, as well as the curriculum, are very present. We're looking at the current companies like Safaricom for Kenya, Airbnb, and all these current companies that we can be able to learn from. So I think that's the first example. Can you hear me?
Yep.
Okay, good. I thought I had been lost. Okay, so that's one example in terms of a global outlook, in terms of the way the curriculum has been set up. And thirdly, in terms of the students and the colleagues you have, I have colleagues from, students from Nigeria, students from, the Philippines. Yeah? So being able to interact in the discussion groups, we have a discussion board where if you're going through a particular course, you can be able to discuss there to see the feedback, different people from different countries giving different feedback. I'm always keen to see the same question is being answered 20 different times, and being able to see different experiences on the same question for me has always been interesting to learn. So that's another aspect of the global perspective for the course at Nexford. Yeah.
All right, great. Any advice to any potential learners today on the call?
Yes, the advice would be Nexford is a great solution if you're looking into getting into a university that gives you the flexibility. It's also, I would say, affordable, because I also compared how much I'm paying for this master's compared to even some of the universities here in Kenya. It is an affordable university that you can be able to enroll in. I would say if you're looking for an opportunity to get exposure to global education, Nexford is the answer for you. Start now, not tomorrow. Because I can attest to having a great experience so far.
Yeah, great. All right. Thank you. Thank you so much, Lynette and Stephen, for sharing your experience. All the very best, Lynette, as you continue with your studies. And thank you as well, Stephen, and congratulations once again on your graduation. As you continue to mentor, to share your stories, we really appreciate it, because it makes a difference and it's coming from someone who's actually walked that journey, for somebody who's, window shopping or considering Nexford as an option. So asanteni sana. So thank you everyone for joining us today. Please, if you have any questions, you can email them to help@nexford.edu. You can go to our website as well, and you will find a number there. We've also posted a WhatsApp number here. If you have any questions, we'd be more than happy to support you. So thank you once again for making the time, and thank you as well, Nexford team, for making today's webinar a success. I wish you all a lovely evening, and thank you once again. Bye.